Hey guys, today I'm taking a look at Infinifactory. This game was actually gifted to me by one of my friends, so I thought I would give it a look. This is a sandbox puzzle game where you build factories and assembly lines to assemble products for your alien overlords. So you start out in this Jeep, driving along, and it seems like you fell asleep, and there's a UFO or some sort of light above us. Infinifactory. Alright, so we have arrived. Some sort of alien ship. Looks like we're getting scanned. Whoa. Okay, so we got a uniform.
Ni hao. Hola. Hello.
On some sort of conveyor belt, and we just drop down. There we go. So this is pretty much a tutorial. The tutorial's not very long, so don't worry. Oops. I thought I'd be able to jump that high, I guess not. Use jetpack. So you can fly around. The building and such in this game is very similar to Space Engineers, if anyone's ever played that. Although in this game you're mainly working with conveyor belts. And the goal of the game is to build these conveyor belts and other items like that and transport these cubes into their designated areas. Although it gets a lot more complicated once we start the actual training scenarios. This is just a tutorial. Oops. There we go. Okay, so now we just wait. Gotta wait until that number up here goes to 0. Oops. 3, 2, 1, 0. There we go. This should be the last one. Oops. Oops. Gotta rotate it. I get to rotate keys mixed up sometimes. It's Q and E. I tend to press R, and R starts the simulation. Q and E. Okay, I'm ready. I made it a little bit too big. I could have made it 1 square less, but that's alright. There's also physics in this game, so you can't build blocks in midair unless it's attached to some sort of base platform. But there we go, that should be the end of the tutorial. Let's go in here. A bunch of dead guys in space. Those are coming down so slowly. Okay. Now he's going back up. Whoa, we just fell down. Went to some weird slide. Now we're in a room. Oh yeah, I needed to check one other thing. Over here, field of view is a bit low. Let me turn that up to about 90. It's my preferred setting. Alright, so it looks like there's some pellets, food pellets. that's kind of funny. Eat some food pellets. Let's go ahead and start the real game. So you start out in the proving grounds. This is training routine number 1. So each, I don't know what you'd call this, like a chute. They each have a different block that come out of them, and you have to line them up with the block that's shown on these little end areas. And you can also fly around with your jetpack. It's a nice little snow biome. So what I need to do is I need to get this block over here, and I need to get this block straight ahead, and then this block around there. So I've done this before, and it's kind of complicated at first because you don't know how to intersect, but you don't actually have to intersect anything. You can just go around like this, and there we go. So that one's complete. This one you can actually keep on top of here. Actually, yeah, that's fine. And then just build it all the way over here. One more, and then return it. Oops. Actually, one more. We could just build it down here, and then this one is completed. And then the last one we can just build straight ahead. Oops. So this one isn't too difficult of a puzzle, but they start getting a lot more challenging later on. I really love watching like your end creation and how it all works together. There we go, completed. And I guess these are our high scores with people on my friends list. I'm not entirely sure though. So let's continue to sell. Let's go ahead and start scenario 2. We unlocked a new block, I think. And there's these little training guides. So it's saying that if I put these two together, it'll snap together to make a single block. And what I need to do is I need to actually pretty much weld 2 blocks together in order to complete this scenario. So let's go over here. Let's go to our block list, make a conveyor. Oops, let's go down. If this looks too easy right now, don't worry. This game gets extremely challenging later on. That's your type of thing. Alright. We'll go this way, and then I guess we'll put another one here. Let's go ahead and start over here. Get the other block. Oops. I have to make sure they both come to the center point at the exact same time so they get merged. And what I can do now is I can build these welding platforms, these welders, put the one here, let's go ahead and rotate it, oops, oh, oops, put one there, and now when both blocks come to this point, they will both get welded together, and then they'll drop down as a single block. So now I can just put just one here, and that should transport both of them to the objective, so let's see if that works. Yep, now they're rolled together. If they weren't welded together, this wouldn't have worked. And 0. Sweet. On to level 3. We can actually do 3, 4, 5. 3, 4, and 5. Okay, here's 3. This one's saying that you can actually stop, well, I'll just show you. It's kind of hard to explain. What it's trying to say is that I need to combine 3 at a time, and you have to stop the blocks in order to get them all together. So what I need to do is put 2 here, or actually I could just put 1. just put 2 base platforms there, and then the third one will be a conveyor, and then this should complete it. And actually, since they're all going to be merged together, I don't need all of these, so maybe I can delete these 2 and maybe delete that one, and that should be good. So let's see what happens. And the reason why I put these 2 together is because if they were all conveyor belts, they wouldn't all get together. It would just merge 2 of them, and then it would continue on, and it wouldn't merge all 3. So I had to make a stopping point. And I can show you why in a second. Alright, so that's done. Let's continue to sell. So that's checked off. I just want to try to do this one more time. I just wanted to show you why I did that. So if I would have done conveyor belts here, like all the way along, and then made welders, make 1, 2, 3, and then I press go, this is what would happen. Well, essentially nothing happened. And also, let's go ahead and revert that. Also, if I would have put 3 platforms here, this is what would happen. So it merged 4 instead of 3. And I need 3 to be merged, not 4. It's kind of cool because they'll keep stacking on top of each other and eventually get knocked off and they'll fall. Whee! Alright, on to the cell. Let's complete number 4. Alright, so this one's a little bit complicated because you have to get 2 blocks on top of each other and merge them at the same time. So I kind of have to time this perfectly in order for this to work. Alright, so let's make some conveyor belts. Let's put one up here. This will make it so they land in different directions. So the one above needs to have a longer belt than the, actually, no, the one below needs to have a longer belt than the one above. So let's go ahead and just put this here. We're gonna try to time it so that both blocks end up on this platform at the exact same time. It's been a while since I've done this one, so I may mess up at the beginning, but it's okay. You can always try plenty of times over again. And then let's go ahead and build a welding platform. Put a welder here and a welder on top of that, and there we go. Let's see if this works. This was a complete fail. Actually, this is not what I needed to do. I completely messed up. What I actually need to do is I need to, let's see, which one comes out first? This one comes out first. I actually needed to change this so it goes out here. And then rotates. Oops. Like that. There we go. So now that block should fall on top of this block, but I still don't know if the timing is right. Let's see. Maybe. Yep, it worked. Sweet. So that's how you complete this puzzle. I don't know what I was thinking at first. I was all confused there. There we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So now it's all about timing. If I was one block off, it wouldn't work. There we go. I still don't understand what these scores are at the end, but that's alright. 4 is done, so let's go to puzzle 5. Alright, so I have not completed this puzzle before, so this may take me a little bit longer to solve. So what it's requiring of me is that I combine... Wait, what is this one? I'm a bit confused because this says 10, and I suppose that means any block can be there, or maybe not. Or maybe it's supposed to be 3 blocks at once. Oh well, we'll see. So let's go ahead and start building some conveyor belts. So this one's dark. So this will be the first. This will be the first block, which will be merged about here. And then this one will come this way. And the last block will need to come and rotate around. Kind of concerned of what's going to happen here. I think we're going to place 2 base platforms here so they stop, and then I can have them merge together. I'll probably have a... This is going to look really strange, but it's going to work. So I'm going to have 2 top welders here. Actually, that's too high. Wait. There we go. I'm going to build 3 top welders here. So what I want to happen is I want the block over here and the block over here to both merge in the middle, and then I want this block to kind of push them away. So I'm going to make a few stopping points here. And then hopefully what happens is it gets knocked down and then comes to here, and then hopefully that's the correct answer. If not, I'm going to have to fix it. Oh no, that was completely wrong. What was I thinking? Whoa. How did that even happen? Alright, so I need to fix this. Wasn't looking at the colors correctly. Okay. So I actually need gray to mix with black. Okay, so I can do this a different way. Okay, so that'll make that block, which is black, come to the end. And then these 2 will meet together, so I can go ahead and remove these. But I'm gonna need to slow it down a little bit, because right now it's going a little bit too fast. Wait, did it work? It worked. Interesting. Now it's making huge squares. Okay, so that's the problem. This is actually going to take me a lot longer than I thought. Trying to think of a way where they all get merged together at the same time. Oops. Okay, let's see what the problem is. So those get together just fine. And now they're moving back and forth. So I guess... Oh, I see. They can't even move forward now. So this platform needs to be on this side for sure. Maybe if I put stopping points before, maybe that will solve a lot of the problems. Let's see. Almost, almost. Look at that. Alright, so the problem seems to be around here. Not entirely sure why either. Maybe I should make a conveyor in the middle. No, that did not work. Okay, so that almost worked. Let's get rid of this one. Put a conveyor here. That's it, isn't it? I did it! I'm a genius! It's all working perfectly. So there's a lot of trial and error in this game, or at least for me. If you're really intelligent, you might be able to work this all out in your brain, but it took me a few tries. And I did it! Sweet! Alright, so we're going to try maybe one more level. This video is getting quite long. Let's do a performance review. Oh. Sweet. I have no idea what he's saying. I got a trophy. Kangaroo Kickers 09. If you had fun, you won. I got more food pellets. So I guess that's how I stay alive, by completing these. What is this contraption? Sweet, I won a trophy. Alright, so I completed the training routines. Let's try our first real mission. Oh my god, this looks complicated as hell. So there's some spaceships. Looks like I'm supposed to be building some sort of parts for these alien ships. So it looks like by putting a piece here, it activates the other side and pushes it out. But why would I need to know that? So block is coming out. I need to get this block over here, right? That's it? Oh. Okay, so there's a lot of parts going on here. So it looks like I need a pusher block, so let's go ahead and put this up here and put a pusher block. Wait, is that a pusher block? There we go. Alright, so for the pusher block to work, looks like it needs some sort of power source. Interesting. Sensor. Oh, it needs a sensor. Okay, so that's what this block is, a sensor. And okay, so two conduit and a sensor. Oh, it worked. It's working. Alright, that was easy enough. Probably don't even need these. And let's go ahead and continue our conveyor. We're going to build it this way. And done. So that should work. couldn't even imagine at the end of this game, with all the new parts and stuff, how freaking complicated it would be. Alright, nice. Okay, block sensor, block pusher, block conduit. Let's do one more. Shuttle propulsion units, munitions refill, type 6. Here, I think I'm going to cut this video here and I'm going to make a part 2.